This is Leon, and I want to talk about drugs. Now, certain over-the-counter drugs can be used as a crutch. And this is my first-hand experience of certain over-the-counter drugs that I have utilized as a crutch because of not being able to stand within and as a directive principle, as a way of stabilizing my thoughts. Now, I concur that there are many intricacies involved with the mind-body relationship, and that sometimes it is necessary to utilize over-the-counter drugs as a way of stabilizing one's relationship to the mind and or to physical reality. But for me, I realized that I have been utilizing some over-the-counter drugs as a crutch, and how do I know this is because of basically when I look at my relationship to these drugs from a self-honest perspective, I can see that within myself I have not investigated my relationship to my mind thoroughly enough to conclude the fact that I am ready to take these over-the-counter drugs, and that it is the only option that I have available. When in fact, for me, it is a point of investigating all options, because over-the-counter drugs can compromise the mind-body relationship in ways that we do not know. So it is best to keep the similar composition of the mind-body relationship, because when those things are changed or compromised or manipulated through over-the-counter drugs, then the person will have new experiences emerge, new thoughts that emerge based on how the mind shifted within the body because of the utilization of over-the-counter drugs. That helped with the shifting of the mind within the body. So we don't know how these things particularly work. We don't know how these things particularly work. So it is a point where it is to keep the mind-body relationship at the level that we already, that it is already in the position as it is positioned based on our thoughts and our relationship to our emotions and stuff like that, you know. Yes, our thoughts and emotions can shift and stuff like that, but see, drugs can cause the mind, the thoughts and emotions to shift in ways that we do not know and are not aware of, you know. So for me, you know, I had to stop utilizing these drugs because I was using them as a crutch. Yes, it made me feel good. It made me feel stable, but it wasn't me giving that stability to myself. It was the drug providing me that stability, and that in and of itself is diminishment, self-diminishment. It is my responsibilities to stabilize myself, to stabilize my thoughts, to stabilize my emotions, because I am the one that is the creator of them. I am the one that is the manager of them. But what happens is that our thoughts become, well, what happens is that it is believed that our thoughts and emotions are the one that guides us in certain directions. But what does it say about us? Where is our directive principle? You know? And I can't sit here and make vlogs, videos, talking about certain things. If I was to stay on these over-the-counter drugs, I wouldn't be able to talk about certain things, because I would be submissive or diminished by the very thing that I'm talking about. Even though I have a stability within myself, it is not my stability. It is a manufactured stability by the utilization of drugs. You know. So that's all that I wanted to talk about there. You know, and that my designation or my goal or my moment by moment walking is to grab a hold of that opportunity to really investigate myself in relation to my thoughts and my emotions and my mind and all of that, and my memories. Grab a hold of them, you know, and really harness that power to be the directive principle of them, to really understand my relationship to them. Where are these thoughts coming from? Why are they here? You know, and those questions that I can answer for myself, because I am the creator of them. Well, these thoughts exist because of this particular memory, and I'm still holding on to this particular point within myself that I don't want to let go, because I think that it defines me in a certain way. It makes me feel special. So I need this particular thought. I need this particular memory to feel special. And so that stabilizes myself. And when I don't have that in my life, then I react. I go into a reaction and I become emotional, you know. And then I believe that I need to take some over-the-counter drugs in order to stabilize myself. We're not realizing that I am the one that is constantly creating and recreating and regenerating these thoughts, you know. So that's what is important to, in fact, investigate one's own mind, you know, one's own self, because it is not, because over-the-counter drugs, you know, is that the answer? We got to ask ourselves that. Is that really the answer? Or are we just fooling ourselves? Thank you.